G'day. This week it's all about me chasing my Ancestry, so that's one of the towns I go to. Another one is going to a destination where they filmed an Australian iconic movie. And finally I'll talk about how to get water into your caravan, probably the most successful way of doing it. And so, let's go. My first port of call is Alexandra, so I'm told my great-great-grandfather was born there. But before I could do any research, I needed to find a camp, and here's one I found, and it's free. In case you're wondering why I'm showing you this video of driving into a campsite and it's cold and wet, just wanted to remind you that it's not always sunny when you're camping. As soon as I set up camp in Alexandra, I scooted into the township and went straight to the tourist office. They were so helpful there. So part of my research, I was looking up the family name, and they said, they gave me a few reference books to flick through. They also showed me a map, and they also contacted someone who was pretty sure they'd heard something about it. So that person came to town, and wow, how good was that? So they were able to give me some information. They also suggested I go across the road to the library. Why not? When I got to the library, they gave me access to ancestry.com.au. Not sure if they were allowed to do that, but they did anyway. It was fantastic. That way I was able to print out the details of my grandfather and my great-grandfather and my great-great-grandfather, all their births, deaths, etc. And that was a real help. The other thing they gave me too, which was free, and you can definitely get this, it's a website called Trove, Trove. And to access that, it's trove.nla.gov.au. Now I'll pop that at the end of this video just to give you further details. The great thing about that, what it does is it gives you access to the National Library, I think it is, and you can just type in, again, I put in my family name around about the years that I was chasing, which was 1845 to 1875. And what it does is it gives you, the search results gives you any article that had that detail. So my family name's details in those years, if it was in the Alexandra Gazette or in the Yea Chronicle or whatever, those details would be there. So that was really, really helpful as well. So loved my little trip into town, and they were very, very helpful, both the tourist office and the library. Thank you for that. I'm very excited. I'm taking you to a secret destination which I think is very Australian, and I think you'll get a bit of a buzz out of it. So let's go.
Your destination is on the right.
G'day, I am so excited. I'm like a little schoolboy. I'm out the front of, I'm in Bonnie Doon. I'm out the front of the Castle Holiday House. And this is where they only shot a couple of scenes, but they certainly set the pace for the castle. This is where they had the famous line about the nunchuckers or whatever they were. And the father said, oh, tell him he's dreaming. You can actually rent this place. It is a little bit expensive, and considering when you look at some of the other sort of more modern and newer houses, but I tell you, it would be such a treat to come and stay here. It really would. About as Australian as you could get. Jousting sticks, $4.50. Tell him he's dreaming. Anywho, I want to tell you a couple of these tips. You probably already know it, but if you don't, they are real gems. First of all, when you're getting your water out, you'll have a key. It's just a matter of turning it. You'll see it turn and then pull it out. Once you turn it, you should be able to push in and then pull it out. Now I'm going to lock it up at the same time just so that I've actually done it and shown you how to do it. Now to lock it up, push it back in, push it in, turn it with that key, lock it, take it out. Now what should happen is that whole plug, whatever it is, will spin around. Watch this, see? And it's not so much that you're worried about someone stealing your water, but what about if, I don't know why anyone would, but what about if someone poured some stuff in here? That could really wreck your day. So I'm now going to take it out again, and I'm going to put some water in it. This is, I guess, an emergency water, and a great way to keep your tanks topped up. There we go. Now, this is the bag I store it in. You can get Woolies, or I think this is a Woolies. You can also get Aldi. Now, the reason I use these is you can put all your hoses in there, zip it up, and you can actually have water slushing around. Not that you want that, but otherwise, if you don't have this sort of bag, it's more likely to get wherever you store these hoses, they're going to get wet in the tunnel or in the car itself. So that's there. This is basically just a hose with a connection here, and goes all the way across there to a pump. That pump also plugs into a cigarette lighter. So you can either get power from the Caravan or power from the car, you choose. I'll just go and grab the bucket. This is the good thing. Oh, before I go and get it, I've got to tell you, what you do is sometimes you think, oh, we're really running low on water and I don't want to have to tow the whole caravan into town to fill it up. So you can get 20-litre containers, and this particular one I'm going to show you, I have shown you before in previous videos. It's really good because it's got a big wide throat. The reason it's good with a big wide throat is you can get the pump in there easily, goes all the way down, pumps it up, and then all you've got to do is just carry that little 20-litre container. You can probably take 2 or 3 into town, and if you get 20 litres, 40 litres or 60 litres into here, I don't know about you, for me that's a total fill, but it should be half filling your tanks, so give you a really, really good chance. And one other absolutely obscure thing, so you can use the same pump if you're ambitious and game. I may even do it while I'm staying here, do the same thing and actually take it down to the river, pump the river water into your containers, then take that through a filter into your tanks, and you know, maybe you're just going to have a shower in that. Maybe you won't be drinking it, but it's water. Water is just so precious. Right, I'll go and get that bucket. Okay, it's not a bucket, it's a container. Now, on this end, you clip your connection going into the Caravan there, and on the other end it's where you've got to put the pump in. Last little thing is grab one of these. Now they're really hard to find. I bought it at Bunnings. It's basically a clip both sides. Now you can go into Bunnings and go to all the Mitre 10, all those, heaps of them have got that one way and then not that, not exactly the same. They're a bit expensive, but it's something I've been needing while I've been travelling for absolutely ages, and I saw it in Bunnings the other day, so I'm really, really glad I've got it, because sometimes all the various combinations of hosing, connecting hoses and all that sort of stuff, and connecting to the tap and everything, sometimes you just need this one. Right, so I'll go and start pumping. Just showing you it's pumping, look. See that? It's pumping. The good thing about this other little attachment, which you may or may not have, is sometimes when you're getting the a hose or a connection into the Caravan, you get stuck when you're pushing it in to go down. This particular little one is a really good design. It stops that. So, and for those who have got a bit of a problem with mine, apparently if you turn it down and don't have it pumping so hard, that can make a big difference. Oh, I think I'm running out of water. Here's my little water tank. I'll just bend it down and show you. There it is. No way you can hear that. Hopefully you can see me and hear it. It's pumping. And the good thing about this pump, even if it gets air, it doesn't all muck up. Sometimes if you get air in the system, it all mucks it up. Yeah, I think we're at the end. Yep, disconnect cigarette lighter. And be careful where you put the pump, because you don't want dirt amongst it. As always with my random tips, I know you might say, seriously Paul, everybody knows that. But maybe not quite everyone knows it. This might be the very one you might say, wow, that's handy to know. Okay, you get cigarette lighter chargers, and they vary. Quite often if you're buying them on the internet, they'll really talk them up saying, oh, you know, number 5, it can't go to 5, but it might say 5, and you know, this really powerful, and it's going to charge your phone and all your stuff really quick. There's a limit to what they can do. You see on here, it's called QC3. You see that? It's also got it on this one here, QC3. Basically what that is a fast charger. Now the other little catch is, that's all very well. You pop your cable in, make certain you've got a fast cable, not just any USB cable is fast, make certain it is. Pop it into the QS3, the orange one. Now, if you've got that in the charger, see how it's got a spot for another one? You might say, oh, that's a USB to C, USB-C to USB-C. Think, oh, I'll charge something else. Well, the moment you do that, then you're sharing all of the charge coming out of this charger. So you're going to split the value and the numbers. So this no longer is super fast charging. It's now probably moderate to not even particularly great, and the other guy will be moderate to not particularly great. So ideally, if you want a fast charge, make certain only one thing is plugged in. Make certain if there's got 2 numbers, try and take the highest number on the charger, and see how this has got 4. If I put a very fast charger in there with a very fast charger cable and filled it up, it would be like a dog. It'd probably take 4 hours to charge my phone. So you might want to watch out for that. Hopefully that's not too confusing. But yeah, it's really handy, because I noticed that the other day. I was trying to, sometimes I'll charge in my Samsung, plug in the Samsung that says, oh, fast charging, 59 minutes, perfect. But other times I'll be plug it in and it says, oh, charge time 2.5 hours. It's the same fast cable. Oh no, I've got something else plugged into it. I nearly walked away only telling you half the story. So you can get cigarette lighter splitters. So they start off with 1 male, ends up with 2 female, which is great for plugging in more things. But again, it's a mathematical thing. So if you plug that in and you put in your super fast charger and your super fast cable and your phone, that's fine. But you might find even at that stage it may have dropped down. It should be alright. But the moment you plug something else in, like I was watching TV last night, so power goes to the TV, then the power, sort of the figure to do my supercharge, it's not going to happen because the TV's taking a whole lot of stuff, and then what's left over is the poor old charger gets. So watch out if you're going to try and split, especially if you think, oh, super fast charger, and plug something else in, everything changes. There you have it. 2 great camps for free camping. Really enjoyed staying there, and that neither of them had any restrictions, so you could stay almost as long as you like. Hopefully that tip about getting water into the van helped. It's actually helped me quite a lot. I'm travelling with a bit more water, which is great. And if you enjoyed the castle like I did, seriously, I enjoyed that so much. It's so Australian. Anywho, if you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. If you think the video is worth sharing, that too would be great. And just in case you haven't already subscribed, that would be awesome. Until next time, this is Paul Wheel Drive, signing off.